People often ask, what do we do at an X18 camp? And as you can see, there's golf involved. We use the game of golf and a golf course atmosphere, such as Erin Hills, where we're currently at for this camp, to bring a small group of individuals, 9 to 12 participants, vets and first responders, into an atmosphere where they can kind of turn off from their external triggers, the things that cause a lot of trauma and day-to-day stress in their lives. Each day of our camp is focused on a different aspect of life. Day one, which we're at right now, is self-care. So earlier today, these participants all had an intro to yoga for about 15 minutes from a trained masseuse. They've also gone through 2 different exercises for about 20 minutes, focused on breath exercises, breath work, box breathing, a body scan for 20 minutes. Where do we feel the traumas in our body when they affect us? The chest, the lungs, the sweaty palms. Let's start holding space for that and accepting that this is part of being human, this is part of having trauma. So today, self-care. After they are done with lessons, they will move to play 18 holes of golf on one of the top 25 public courses in the country. They will also be exposed to having caddies, which is kind of a treat. They can just play golf today and not even have to worry about their club selection. At the end of the day, they will also have about 60 to 75 minutes intro to Yoga Nidra. These guys have had a really intense day, a lot of emotional processing, figuring out things that are going on internally. We're going to give them a 75-minute cool down while introducing them to yoga, so that when they go home tonight, hopefully it's the best night of sleep that they've had in years. Day 2, we really start teaching our participants about empathy and compassion, both inwardly and externally. As vets and first responders, and most civilians in general too, we have a tendency to not address what's going on internally. We self-sabotage, we emotionally numb, we take care of everyone else before we take care of ourselves, and at the end of the day we're left kind of exhausted, burned out, morally fatigued. So we teach the participants that it's okay to give yourself some compassion, give yourself a break, relax a little bit, because if we don't do this, the first person it hurts is us internally, but externally we deal with damaged relationships, divorces, problems with our spouses, our kids, our coworkers, friends, family. We end up isolating. So while this thing damages us internally, it has a far greater external effect on our small communities. That is focused on more processing with yoga, Reiki, and teaching them about Reiki in the form that where are the chakras in our body? Let's start focusing to things like that. We also teach them about journaling. We get our participants to really buy into, let's put what we always think in our heads down on paper. Unsent letters to our spouses, our friends, our family, our fallen teammates. It really puts the onus on you to bring it to the forefront when you're forced to actually write something. And we don't have to send the letters, but it's practice and what that looks like, and muscle memory, right? We keep doing things over and over so that it gets easier to actually have these conversations. Day 3, we start teaching about moral injury. And moral injury, people don't really have an understanding of what it is in the greater scheme of the world. The easiest thing that I can say is moral injury and PTSD kind of mirror each other if you have a Venn diagram. They each have their own symptoms and traits, but then in the middle, they share a lot of stuff. The biggest thing with moral injury is that on a deep emotional, moral level, this affects us at a deeper level than PTSD can. PTSD is typically a specific incident or a moment in time, whereas moral injury, if you watch a civilian get killed while you're in combat, or if you're a firefighter and you watch a family perish and you weren't able to get in there and save them, the trauma that does to you. Am I a good person? I let someone die, watch civilians die, I could have done something about it, I should have done something about it. On a deeper level, that really affects the human. So we teach about that, we teach about the symptoms that are associated with that. We help validate these individuals that may have just been told they have PTSD. Finally, on day 4, which is our half day, we do something called Unpacking the Ruck. And I give my participants about 10 minutes each in a private environment where it's just us and the campers to dump some of the trauma. that they've been carrying, and they're doing it in a safe environment on a driving range where no one else is around. They literally can say whatever they want because this group is there for them. At our one camp, we had a gentleman who had been in combat 18 years ago and never shared anything with his wife and his kids, and he told us that trauma. So for him to be able to process that and feel comfortable enough to do it in 3.5 days, that's how I know we're working and we're doing what we're here to do.
It's been a true blessing for me to be able to find an organization that helps with mental health, physical wellness, and also the ability to play golf. It's truly been a great time for fellowship and finding a new brotherhood in my mental health journey, and helped me grow, helped me find new tools to help me and other veterans that I've encountered go through their traumas and help them on their journey. I'm just glad to be a part of today's events, and I hope other people, other veterans will be able to participate in this great experience and follow in my footsteps on their journey through mental health.
Next 18 has meant a lot to me. It's helped me get in touch with my mental health, which has helped with my family and my home life. And on top of that, I've been able to partner with Matt and work with some things to give back and be able to help out as well. So it's just been fantastic for me, and make sure you come out and support Next 18. Check them out at next18.org and make sure that you're giving some support.